Hello and welcome, friends. I am Sakshi Mandwal, and the topic has been prepared by Mr. Alok Ranjan, multimedia advisor who has held several key positions with India's leading media groups such as Doordarshan, Zee News, Sahara Network, Lokmat Samachar, DD Metro Channel, and former guest lecturer at CIMC Nagpur. Introduction. In today's episode, we shall be talking about the reality TV concept. What is reality television show? History, Indian scenario, political and cultural impact, conclusion. An introduction. What is a reality television show? Reality television is a genre of television programming that documents unscripted real life situations. Reality television first emerged as a distinct genre in the early 1990s with shows such as The Real World, then achieved prominence in the early 2000s with the success of many series like Survivors, Idols and Big Brother, all of which became global franchises. Reality television programming is available in multiple formats. For instance, competition-based reality shows such as American Idol, MasterChef, The Great British Bake Off, Survivor, The Voice and The X Factor amongst others typically feature gradual elimination of participants, either by a panel of judges or by the viewership of the show. Often, reality television shows are sprinkled with confessionals. These are short interview segments in which cast members reflect on or provide context for the events being depicted on screen. It is a stylish device used to provide narration and commentary to the show. Examples of this device can be seen in shows like Judge, Judy, and The Real World. Furthermore, reality television series often star unknown individuals rather than professionally trained actors. However, some formats also showcase the real lives of celebrities, including actors, in an unscripted fashion. A very successful example of this is Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which is in its 19th season of filming. Some genres of television programming that predate the reality television boom have been retroactively classified as reality television, including hidden camera shows, talent search shows, documentary series about ordinary people, high-concept game shows, home improvement shows, and court shows featuring real-life cases. Reality television has the potential to turn its participants into national celebrities, at least for a short period. This is most notable in talent search programs such as Idol and The X Factor, which have spawned music stars in many of the countries in which they have aired. Many other shows, however, have made at least temporary celebrities out of their participants. Some participants have then been able to parlay this fame into media and merchandising careers. Reality television has faced significant criticism since its rise in popularity. Critics argue that reality television shows do not accurately reflect reality. In ways both implicit, participants being placed in artificial situations, and deceptive, misleading editing, participants being coached on behavior, storylines generated ahead of time, scenes being staged. Some shows have been accused of rigging the favorite or underdog to win. Other criticisms of reality television shows include that they are intended to humiliate or exploit participants, that they make stars out of untalented people unworthy of fame, infamous figures or both, and that they glamorize vulgarity. History. Television formats portraying ordinary people in unscripted situations are almost as old as the television medium itself. Precedents for television that portrayed people in unscripted situations began in the late 1940s. Queen for a Day, 1945 to 1964, was an early example of reality-based television. The 1946 television game show Cash and Carry sometimes featured contestants performing stunts. Debuting in 1948, Alan Punt's hidden camera show, Candid Camera, based on his previous 1947 radio show, Candid Microphone, broadcast unsuspecting ordinary people reacting to pranks. In 1948, talent search shows such as Ted Mack's original Amateur Hour and Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts featured amateur competitors and audience voting. In the 1950s, game shows Beat the Clock and Truth or Consequences involved contestants in a wacky competitions, stunts and practical jokes. Confession was crime or police show that aired from June 1958 to January 1959 with interviewer Jack Watt questioning criminals from assorted backgrounds. The radio series Night Watch tape recorded the daily activities of Culver City, California. Culver City police officers. The series You Asked for It incorporated audience involvement by basing episodes around requests sent in by postcard from viewers. The first reality show in the modern sense may have been the series The American Sportsman, which ran from 1965 to 1986 on ABC in the United States. A typical episode featured one or more celebrities and sometimes their family members being accompanied by a camera crew on an outdoor adventure such as hunting, fishing, hiking, scuba diving, rock climbing, wildlife photography, horseback riding, race car driving and the likes, with most of the resulting action and dialogue being unscripted except for the narration. Across the pond, the big time featured an amateur in some field, cooking, comedy, football, etc., trying to succeed professionally in that field with help from notable experts. The series number 28, which aired on Dutch television 1991, originated the concept of putting strangers together in a limited environment for an extended period of time and recording the drama that ensued. Number 28 also pioneered many of the stylistic conventions that have since become standard in reality television shows, including extensive use of soundtrack music and the interspersing of events on screen with after-the-fact confessionals recorded by cast members which serve as narration. 1 year later, the same concept was used by MTV in its new series, The Real World. According to television commentator Charlie Brooker, this type of reality television was enabled by the advent of computer-based non-linear editing systems for video, such as produced by Avid Technology in 1989. These systems made it easy to quickly edit hours of video footage into a usable form, something that had been very difficult to do before. Film, which was easy to edit, was too expensive to use in shooting enough hours on a regular basis. Producer George Schlatter capitalized on the advent of videotape to create Real People, a surprise hit for NBC, and it ran from 1979 to 1984. The success of Real People was quickly copied by ABC with That's Incredible, a stunt show co-hosted by Fran Tarkenton. CBC's entry into the genre was That's My Line, a series hosted by Bob Barker. The Canadian series Thrill of a Lifetime, a fantasies fulfilled reality show, originally ran from 1982 to 1988. It was revived from 2001 to 2003. In 1985, underwater cinematographer Al Giddings teamed with former Miss Universe Shawn Weatherly on the NBC series Ocean Quest, which chronicled Weatherly's adventures scuba diving in various exotic locales. Weatherly was nominated for an Emmy Award for Outstanding Achievement in Informational Programming, COPS, which first aired in the spring of 1989 on Fox and was developed due to the need for new programming during the 1988 Writers Guild of America strike, showed police officers on duty apprehending criminals. It introduced the camcorder, which became very popular in the years to come. The 1994 to 95 O.J. Simpson murder case, during which live network television followed suspect Simpson for 90 minutes being chased by police, has been described as a seminal moment in reality television. Networks interrupted their regular television programming for months for the coverage of the trial and related events. Because of Simpson's status as a top athlete and celebrity, the brutal nature of the murders and issues of race and class in Los Angeles celebrity culture, the sensational case dominated ratings and the public conversation. In fact, many reality television stars of the 2000 and 2010s have direct or indirect connections to people involved in the case. Most notably, Kim Kardashian, daughter of defense attorney Robert Kardashian, and several of her relatives and associates. Reality television became globally popular in the late 1990s and early 2000s with the successes of the Big Brother and Survivor Expedition franchises, even though reality television programs suffered a temporary decline in viewership in the United States of America in 2001. Internationally, a number of shows created in the late 1990s and 2000s have had massive global success. At least 10 reality television franchises created during that time have had more than 30 international adaptations each. The singing competition franchises Idol, Star Academy and The X Factor, along with other competition franchises such as Survivor, Expedition, Robinson, Big Brother, The Biggest Loser, GOT Talent Series, Top Model Series, MasterChef, Dancing with the Stars and the investment franchisee Dragon Den. Several reality game shows from the same period have had even greater success, including Deal or No Deal, Who Wants to Be Millionaire, and Weakest Link, with over 50 international adaptations each. Another type of reality program is the social experiment that produces drama, conflict, and sometimes transformation. British TV series Wife Swap, which began in 2003 and has had many spin-offs in the UK and other countries, is a notable example. The Voice, a singing competition franchisee created by John de Mol that started in 2010, remains the newest, highly successful reality television franchisee with almost 50 international adaptations. In India, the competition show Indian Idol was the most popular television program for its first 6 seasons. Furthermore, the growing popularity of video games prompted reality television showmakers to pay close attention to the activity. As a result, The Tester 2010 to 2012 was the first reality television show aired over a video game console. Some documentary-style show portrays professional either going about day-to-day business or performing an entire project over the course of a series. One early example and the longest-running reality show of any honor is Cops. One notable subset of shows about professional activities is those in which the professionals haggle and engage in financial transactions, often over unique or rare items whose value must first be appraised. 2 such shows, both of which have led to multiple spin-off shows, are Pawn Stars and American Pickers. The globally syndicated format Dragon's Den shows a group of wealthy investors choosing whether or not to invest in a series of pitched startup companies and entrepreneurial ventures. The series Restaurant Startup similarly involves investors but involves more of a game show element in which restaurant owners compete to prove their worth. The British series Show Me the Monet offers a twist in which artworks' artistic value rather than their financial value is appraised by a panel of judges who determine whether each one will be featured at an exhibition. Thus, reality television is packaged and showcased in numerous formats which are continuously changing. Often, reality television showmakers jump on already existing trendy bandwagons in the television industry. But sometimes they manage to give rise to highly successful, trendy bandwagons that others can jump onto. Indian scenario. The television industry has not been immune to the reality show bug. It is no stranger to unscripted shows. In fact, it has a thriving market in the television industry. These shows are very popular and high TRP gainers. They often occupy prime time slots on television channels and attract the biggest celebrities as their hosts and guests. India's first reality show was a quiz contest hosted by the quizzing champion Derek O'Brien in 1972. The show was named the Bournvita Quiz Contest and since then has attained the feature of an iconic reality television show. It featured as a live show in various cities initially, then went on air as a radio show. In 1992, the Bournvita Quiz Contest became the first reality show to be featured on Zee TV and Indian television. Then came Sansui and Takshiri in 1993, which was hosted by Anu Kapoor on Zee TV. It became the first Indian singing reality show and ran till 2006. Zee TV made its name by bringing about homegrown reality shows rather adapting international reality shows on Indian TV. Saregama came in the year 1995, which was hosted by Sonu Nigam, and with Dance India Dance in 2009, Sony Entertainment Television, SET India, came up with the India's first dance reality show, Boogie Woogie, hosted by Javed Jafri and created by Naved Jafri in 1996, which was an instant hit for the channel. In the year 2000, Star Plus aired Kaun Banega Crorepati with Amitabh Bachchan, adaptation of Who Wants to Become a Millionaire, which went on to become India's favourite and most watched reality show. Similarly, Zee TV came up with Sawal 10 Crore Ka, and SET India came up with Jeeto Chappad Phad Ke, but KBC continued to remain the most successful reality show in Indian television. SET India came up with Indian Idol in 2004, which was an adaptation to the popular international reality show American Idol. It is still loved by all because of its innovation and young participants in the show. Endemol India came up with Bigg Boss and Fear Factor on SET India in 2006. It turned out to be India's most popular internationally adapted show after KBC. The next generation of breakthrough reality shows in India came with adaptation of popular international shows like The Voice India and So Now You Can Dance on And TV. These shows changed the concept of singing and dance shows on Indian television, political and cultural impact. Reality television's global successes have become, in the view of some analysts, an important political phenomenon. In some countries, reality television voting has provided the first opportunity for many citizens to vote in any free and fair wide-scale elections. In addition, the frankness of the settings on some reality shows presents situations that are often taboo in certain conservative cultures, like Star Academy Arab World, which began airing in 2003, and which shows male and female contestants living together. A pan-Arab version of Big Brother was cancelled in 2004 after less than 2 weeks on air, after a public outrage and street protests. In 2004, journalist Matt Labash, noting both of these issues, wrote that the best hope of Little America's developing in the Middle East could be Arab-produced reality TV. In 2007, Abu Dhabi TV began airing Millions Poet, a show featuring pop idol-style voting and elimination, but for the writing and oration of Arabic poetry. The show became popular in Arab countries with around 18 million viewers, partly because it was able to continue the excitement of reality television with a traditional, culturally relevant topic. In April 2010, however, the show also became a subject of political controversy when Hisa Hilal, a 43-year-old female Saudi competitor, read out a poem criticizing her country's Muslim clerics. Both critics and the public reacted favorably to Hilal's poetry. She received the highest scores from the judges throughout the competition and came in third place overall. In India, in the summer of 2007, coverage of the third season of Indian Idol focused on the breaking down of cultural and socio-economic barriers as the public rallied around the show's top 2 contestants. The Chinese singing competition, Supergirl, a local imitation of Pop Idol, has similarly been cited for its political and cultural impact. After the finale of the show's 2005 season drew an audience of around 400 million people and 8 million text message votes, the state-run English language newspaper Beijing Today ran the front page headline, "Is Supergirl a force for democracy?" The Chinese government criticized the show, citing both its democratic nature and its excessive vulgarity or worldliness, and in 2006 banned it outright. It was later reintroduced in 2009 before being banned again in 2011. Supergirl has also been criticized by non-government commentators for creating seemingly impossible ideals that may be harmful to Chinese youth. In Indonesia, reality television shows have surpassed soap operas as the most watched broadcast programs. One popular program, Jika Aku Menjadi, If I Were, follows young middle-class people as they are temporarily placed into lower-class life, where they learn to appreciate their circumstances back home by experiencing daily life for the less fortunate critiques have claimed that this and similar programs in Indonesia reinforce traditionally Western ideals of materialism and consumerism. However, Eko Nugroho, reality show producer and president of Dreamlight World Media, insists that these reality shows are not promoting American lifestyles but rather reaching people through their universal desires. Reality television has also received criticism in Britain and the United States for its ideological relationship with surveillance societies and consumerism. Writing in the New York Times in 2012, author Mark Andre JV characterized the role of reality television in a post 9 by 11 society as the normalization of surveillance in participatory monitoring, the logic of the emerging surveillance economy, and in the promise of a societal self image that is contrived. An LSE paper by Nick Coldry associates reality television with neoliberalism, condemning the ritualized enactment and consumption of what must be legitimized for the society it serves. Conclusion. A number of studies have tried to pinpoint the appeal of reality television. Factors that have been cited in its appeal include personal identification with the on-screen participants, pure entertainment, diversion from scripted TV, vicarious participation, a feeling of self-importance compared to on-screen participants, enjoyments of competition, and an appeal to voyeurism. Whatever may be the reasons for reality television shows' continued appeal, one cannot deny that this format has forever altered the landscape of the television industry. Well, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching and goodbye.